Yeah.
I've just produced a translation with my colleague James McGrath of Butler University of one of their chief works in their language is called Drashidihya, or the Mandaean Book of John.
I remember in religion class, we studied the Bible, and I remember the first time being told when I was, maybe 14 or 13 or something, that there were other books besides the four, and they were actually rejected. There was a Gospel of St. Thomas, and I was always curious, wow, why were they rejected? What stories did they have in them? And I remember I actually never ended up I have to buy it and read it, but the Gospel of St. Thomas was telling me there's one thing where Jesus took up some mud and made a pigeon and made it fly, or another one where he struck down somebody dead, or I'm not sure.
Yeah. They're weird stories. I mean, the Acts of Thomas, which is a book beloved of the community of Nasrani Christians, the only other community I know that identifies itself as Nazarene, so to speak, in Kerala. These Acts of Thomas talk about this character named Thomas, who was one of the apostles. According to these Acts, he was actually not just an apostle, but Jesus's twin brother, which raises all kinds of questions about Jesus' divinity. And, this guy is his twin brother, therefore is he also God? I don't know. But the way he treats him is not particularly fraternal. Jesus tells Thomas, I need you to go to India and convert there are lots of people in India. I want them all to be Christian. Go to India. And Thomas says, I don't want to go to India. It's so far away. So Jesus knocks him out and sells him into slavery to the king of India. It's a very, very strange story. Yeah. And there's in it this lovely, in some versions, there's this lovely poem called the Hymn of the Pearl, which is also at the heart of so many Gnostic belief systems, about this person who goes into the world and he forgets his background and his ancestry. And it's not until a kind of an eagle comes as a messenger and reminds him of who he is. And it's a really lovely story. And it's something that, makes a lot of sense from the perspective of all of these traditions that find themselves kind of lost in the material world and trying to get back at the fundaments of their own religion. But yeah, I would say, although they are not Christian and they don't identify as Christian, and they don't even necessarily have a lot of regard for Jesus, that their book, the Book of John, could be classified in the same general category of these sort of lost gospels. And lost books of Acts and lost hymns and whatnot. They are a kind of vestige of the literature, also of the Christian tradition, that was at one point much broader, much more diverse, and incorporating of a broader array of perspectives that's sort of been kind of narrowed down through centuries of homogenization. And that, I think, is one reason why so many people are threatened by them.